Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships in Pilsen, Czech Republic. I'm Erasm, here with me is Alex once again. We have just wrapped up the Sub-Junior part of the competition and we are moving into the Junior part. We're going to be starting off with a flight of 3 weight categories. We have 1 athlete from the 43s, 6 from these 47s and 5 from the 52s, if I have counted here correctly. Uh, it's looking like an exciting battle in the 47s. In the 43s, obviously only 1 athlete, and then in the 52s we will see how it plays out. What do you think?
I'm expecting a fight for podium spots in the 52s and also for the 47s. Obviously, it's just about not bombing out in the 43s, but we've seen some surprising bombed out yesterday.
Well, yeah,
So
yesterday we've seen some pretty...
surprising openers.
Yeah, you could say that.
But yeah, expecting a battle in both the 47s and the 52s. Very excited to see that. I think the records are pretty high, to be honest, for both these weight classes, but we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll see a Hail Mary pull like we've seen this morning with the Spanish lifter, going from 265 to 310 for the win.
Yeah, and it absolutely worked. Didn't think it would, but it definitely did.
Strategy is getting more and more important as the year goes on with powerlifting, so very interested to see what happens during these 2 weight classes.
Absolutely, and starting us off will be a representative of Bulgaria in the 47 kilo class, Katya Katsarova, opening at 62.5 kilos.
Fully unequipped as well.
She's just going in raw. And that is an extremely deep squat. I've seen her compete a couple times at internationals, at university championships, and she never has problems with squat depth, I can assure you that.
I get that. Wow, that's extremely deep.
Elena Galbucci of Italia, the only representative in the 43 kilo class, opening at 75 kilos.
Just an element of context for you to remember, this is the last age class in which the 43 exists. In the open, this division does not exist. Very controlled squat.
A 2-to-1 good lift with a depth core from the middle.
That usually happens with squat with very narrow stances.
Yeah,
it's hard to judge from the front.
Yeah, and she has a very narrow stance indeed, but from the side, I'd say it looks alright.
I agree.
And as you said, you don't have the 43 kilo class in the open and masters categories.
I mean, it only grows with the growth of human beings, so that makes sense.
Ioana Campardi of Greece, opening at 95 kilos. A representative of the 3rd weight class here in this first flight, the 52s. Nice and controlled, but another red light from the center.
Yeah, this one's more surprising to me because that stance is not so narrow. On the limit, I would say.
But I'm pretty sure that'll hold to the jury's scrutiny. Lauren Preston of Great Britain, a representative of the 47 kilo class, opening at 100 kilos. Might be looking to fight her way onto the bronze position overall. if things go good for her.
Great opener selection.
And next up we have Gisela Sanchez Colado representing Spain, opening at 102.5 kilos. Already her personal best.
Also a very narrow stance squat, but seems to be moving well.
Yeah, and 3 white lights this time, despite the very narrow stance. Next up will be Mevane Stellato of France. Opening at 105 kilos. Not the easiest opener we've seen today.
Yeah, surprisingly, but we've mentioned it yesterday. The first squat is the most nerve-wracking attempt of the competition, so maybe she just get used to it as the competition goes on.
Yeah, and we have to keep in mind these are still junior lifters. Most of them don't have that much experience on the international stage. And we have Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic, also opening at 105 kilos, but she's in the 52 weight class.
Another very narrow stance. Those stances didn't exist like 10 years ago.
Yeah, from what I know, the first big name that popularized this kind of squatting was Leah.
Absolutely. And at first, the powerlifting fans were a bit doubtful about that stance, but now it seems to be generalized, especially in the lighter classes.
Yeah, lighter classes, especially for women.
Mm.
Sarah McCormack of Ireland, opening at 110 kilos.
Easy weight.
More of a conventional squat stance this time. But very nicely controlled first attempt.
Has she forgotten her belt, or does she squat beltless?
Oh, we're gonna see.
We've seen a lifter this morning who had
Carl-
forgot his belt.
Caroline Schmid of Netherlands, opening at 117.5. Perhaps just prefers to go beltless.
It is possible because most of the powerlifting belts are very thick, very wide, and they can be too big for some of these little classes lifters.
Yeah, exactly. These are small bodies, big belts. They can get in the way while you're trying to get the proper position to squat. So
Yeah, it can hurt in the ribs area.
Marta Scuderi of Italy, opening at 125. 3 white lights and a good lift. Agnieszka Mikova of Czech Republic, opening at 132.5, the highest opener in the 47 kilo group.
For reference, the record is 165.5. It is held by Tiffany Chapon. But that was very convincing from Agnieszka.
Yeah, great speed. And while I don't think she will come near the record, she has a good chance of taking the squad gold with her opener moving like this.
Absolutely.
And for our final first attempt, we have Mathilde Petit from France, the
It's
highest opener in the
Petit.
Petit, right? 132.5 kilos, the highest opener in the 52 kilo category. And if she gets it quite a way ahead of her competitors in the squat.
Yeah, forecasted first at the moment.
Just waiting for the lights, and it's 3 white ones. She is in a great position to take the squat gold medal. But of course, we'll have to see in these next 2 rounds of squats. And the bar is loaded for the second round to start with Katia Katsarova of Bulgaria, going 2.5 kilos up.
That would be a personal best for her.
And the first one was not the fastest, but from what I've seen of her squatting, the speed is pretty much consistent and she can grind out quite well. And you can see that here.
Absolutely. Nice eye, Mr. Razem. Very deep indeed.
Elena Galbucci of Italy, our only representative of the 43 kilo class, going for 82.5 for her second attempt.
Don't get it twisted, a 7.5 kilo jump in the 43s, it's a pretty big jump.
It's like 15% of her body weight, something like that.
It can make a world of a difference, that's for sure. Let's see it. A bit grindy.
Yeah, but she keeps her position very well. So I'm sure she can squeeze out a couple kilos more if there is good attempt selection for her third. Ioana Campardi of Greece going for 100 kilos. Would be a 5 kilo personal best for her. Oh, big fight there.
I was not expecting that. Maybe she got out of position a bit. We can see that she shifted from the left to the right.
We'll see on the replay. I think she just collapsed a tiny bit at the bottom and lost her back positioning.
She'll get one more attempt to squeeze out those kilos.
Next up we have Lauren Preston of Great Britain going for 107.5. On pace to match her squat personal best of 115 if this moves nicely. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift for her. Gisela Sanchez Colado of Spain going for 110 kilo on the squat, looking to add 7.5 kilos onto her personal best and also be in squat bronze going to the third round. And
Smiling at lockout is always a great sign.
we have a 2-to-1 good lift here, a depth score from the center referee, but I believe that was expected somewhat because of her style.
It looks good to me from the sides.
Yeah, I agree. Mevane Stellato of France going for 110 kilos. She's gonna match Sanchez Colado with this, but she is slightly heavier, so she is gonna be in 4th position in squat.
Nice way to get out of the hole at the bottom.
Yeah, she gets the 3 white lights and 110 kilos secured.
Perfect forms.
Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic is coming up next, going for 110 kilos. She will stay in squat 4th if she gets this, but she wants to build up those kilos for the all-important podium fight at the end.
It looks like it's going to be a tight fight between McCormack, Kucherova and Comparti at the end for the third squat. So every kilo matters, as you've mentioned. That was a great squat.
And speaking of McCormack, here she comes. Sarah McCormack of Ireland, attempting a 115 kilo squat for her second attempt.
Looks like she's pacing well to hit her PB on the third.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a bit harder than her opener, but you would expect that from a second. And looks like she still has some left in the tank for her third. Caroline Schmid of Netherlands will be coming up next, going for 125 kilos.
Moved just like the opener.
Yeah, I'd say that moves pretty decent, and she might go for a personal best on the third.
And talking about personal best, what are you seeing right now?
It is gonna be Marta Scuderi coming up next, going for 132.5 kilos, which would be a 2 kilo personal best. Her previous one being 130.5. I would presume an Italian record. And it is a 2-to-1 good lift with a yellow light from the center referee.
Many great lifters on the women's side have emerged in Italy. The past few years, their team is getting stronger and stronger, and I think she's one of their element right now.
2 squat attempts to go. First will be Aneška Mikova of Czechia. 137.5. This will be a 5 kilo improvement on her previous personal best. And it will give her quite the lead on the squats.
The opener was very explosive, very snappy. Let's see if she can convert. Yes.
Slows down just a bit, as you would expect from a second. And our final squat of the second round, Mathilde Petit.
Nice.
She will be going for 140 kilos. Look at the third attempt from her competitors. She already has the squat gold even if she does not get her second attempt. But she's gonna want this to extend her lead and also place well on the overall rankings.
No worries there. It looks exactly the same as our opener.
Yeah, and it's 3 white lights. Absolutely no problem there.
What jump would you expect after this one?
For Mathilde,
Mm-hmm.
145, maybe 147 if they want to really risk it and push it.
I agree. A 5 kilo jump seems sensible.
And starting off the third round, Katia Katsarova of Bulgaria going for a 5 kilo jump to 70 kilos.
She entered the competition with a 62.5 kilo personal best. That would be a huge improvement. And it is going to go through.
Yeah, I told you she can grind out a squat. It is 3 white lights and a good lift.
She seemed relieved.
I don't know what she was worried about. Definitely not depth.
It's nice to be able to put the work you did in training on the platform. And
Yeah,
this time she did.
absolutely. Elena Galbucci trying to put the work she did in training onto the platform, going for a 2.5 kilo personal best here with 87.5.
We've seen her maintain perfect form throughout her first and second attempt. If she can keep this trend going, we might see her personal best.
Oh, But no, unfortunately she cannot get out of the hole there.
Yeah, I think it was just strength. She maintained position, but maybe it was just a tiny bit too heavy on the day.
Yeah, because the execution was pretty much perfect, just the strength wasn't there. Ioana Campardi of Greece should be reattempting the 100 kilos. She couldn't get them on her previous attempt, but she is gonna need this if she wants to stay in the fight for the podium. Oh, it's better this time. She has to work for it, but it's a 2-to-1 good lift.
She still shifted, but controlled it enough to be able to go through.
Oh,
Yeah, unfortunately the jury has overruled, and it makes sense to me looking at the replay from the side. It was quite high, to be honest.
well, if the jury says so, there is really nothing we can do about it.
Of course, if 3 members of a category 2 jury say that it was too high, it was definitely too high.
Gisela Sanchez Colado taking a small jump to 112.5. Oh, and unfortunately too heavy. The second one moved pretty decently, but it would seem that it was just her cutoff point there.
She might have lost a bit of tension at depth there, but yeah, sometimes form breaks down at a specific spot, and it's hard to be stronger than your weakest link.
Absolutely. Mevane Stellato of France, also going for 112.5 kilos. This will bring her into squat bronze medal for the time being. Big effort there from the French.
Nice use of the knee cave to be able to push.
Yeah, basically leaned her knees on one and the other.
To recoup the adductors.
Klara Kucherova going for 112.5 kilos. This will not change her placing in the squat, but it will help her build up a total for battles to come. Oh, big grind there and a big smile.
That's always nice to see.
And it's 3 white lights, she gets the lift. And the bar is loaded for Lauren Preston of Great Britain, going for a matched personal best at 115 kilos. This will bring her into squat bronze.
Back-to-back 7.5 jumps. That's a pretty aggressive strategy for 47. Let's see how this goes.
Well, she has been competing for 4 years, so she is pretty experienced. She gets it up, but we will have to wait for the lights there. And it's 3 whites.
I mean, that was perfect attempt selection.
Yeah.
Not much more there.
No, absolutely hit her limit, and she was over the moon coming up to the platform. And so at this point, we have our podiums pretty much set, but these last few competitors trying to build up their totals. Sarah McCormack of Ireland going for 120 kilos to match her personal best and try to make it as hard as possible for Kucherova to catch her for third place overall. And these 3 white lights, decent enough.
Only 4 more squats to go in this flight, and great attempt selection so far. Not many misses on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely great level of coaching here. Of course, they must be listening to our live stream talk, just doing the attempts that we predict. Carlien Schmid of Netherlands going for 130 kilos. This is to match her personal best.
Wow. That was very fast still for a third attempt.
Oh, it was very fast, but she had to still work quite a bit for it. Maybe she is just one of those very fast squatters. When it slows down, it slows down
For
to
those
a
squatters,
halt.
it's hard to read the RPE because once you're explosive, you might go from a 7.5 to a 10, and then a no lift. So, yep, you might be right.
Marta Scuderi going for a 2.5 kilo jump to 135.
Very much in the fight with Mikova for first place overall. So, small jumps, get those kilos, build a total. Come on.
And that seemed like about the right call there.
I would agree to that for sure. Building the total towards the end of the competition, you'll be happy you did that.
It's 3 white lights for the Italian, and we have 2 squats left to go here in this combined flight of the women's 43s, 47s and 52s. First of which will be Agnieszka Mikova of Czech Republic. The other of the top spot favorites in the 47 kilo class.
Yep, making the same jump as the Italian. She needs to answer back right now.
Bit of a scream there on the top, and she is very happy with her performance here.
Yep, gold medal in the squad event for her in the 47s. And second on prognosis at the moment.
And our last squat of this women's combined flight, Mathilde Petit of France, going for 145. Seems like the reasonable choice for the jump. It's a 2-to-1 good lift, but a depth pull from the left-hand side.
I think it's the first time she gets a red from the side, so
Yeah,
let's
we're
watch the
gonna have to
replay.
see.
She got a white from this angle, so it makes sense to me. We'll see if the jury are looking at it. Doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, and to quickly recap our squats, we have in the women's 43s Elena Galbucci as the only competitor taking the gold with 82.5 kilos. In the 47s, have Agnieszka Mikova leading with 140 from Marta Scuderi on 135 and Lauren Preston on 115 in third place. And in the 52s, we have Mathilde Petit on 145 taking the squad gold, Caroline Schmidt taking silver, and we are already moving on into the men's 53 and 59 kilo combined group. We have 7 competitors here, 2 in the 53s, 5 in the 59s, and Leonard Lai of Great Britain will be starting us off with 135. Seems like nice and solid. Next up will be Brian Brunetti of Italy, 155 for his opening squat attempt.
Openers ranging from 155 to 195 in the minus 59. Because we've got a big name today, one that's already competitive in the open.
And his 3 white lights and a solid opener for the Italian. Next up we have Kemal Ergin of Netherlands, opening at 165.
He really uses the rebound on his technique.
If you can execute it perfectly, it can be a very useful tool when squatting, but it's also risky.
Yes, if you don't control perfectly the way you rebound at the bottom, it's quite hard to maintain pressure in the right trajectory.
And here we have Vasileios Karakatsanis of Greece, our favorite to win in the 53 kilo category, opening at 170 kilos. The current European junior record standing at 200. It seems a bit far, but maybe. Never say never.
Looked quite convincing to me.
Yeah, it's 3 white lights, and he definitely has good leverages for the squat. Next up will be Louis Piretti of France, 185 for his opening attempt.
Yes, 185 for, as we call him, Le Cafard.
Le Cafard.
That's his nickname. Piretti Le Cafard. That was very fast, very easy, very smooth from Louis Piretti.
Absolutely no troubles there with his opener.
That's a nice way to build confidence and get your head in the game with the opener.
In the 59 kilo category, the European junior record standing at 228 kilos, and the world junior the same.
That's a huge squat for junior 59.
Yeah, we're gonna see. I don't think anyone will come that close, but they can surprise me. Gabriel Palumbo from Italy, opening at 185 kilos. And our last opener. You said we have a famous name here. I would presume this is him.
Absolutely, it's Ivan Compano Diaz, the reigning junior world champion. That's already very competitive in the open division. I think he came second or third to Oscar Carpio at the world championship. So, yep, very strong 59 and the obvious favorite for the gold medal here today.
And a very speedy 195 on the squat. 3 white lights and a good lift for Campano Diaz.
Got me worried a bit there because elbows were touching the thighs, but members of the referee group didn't judge that it was supporting, just touching, so 3 white lights.
Yeah, and there a tiny little mistake with Gabriel Palumbo. He of course is not weighing 558 kilograms. Leonard Lai of Great Britain going for 142.5 kilos. Already a 7.5 kilo personal best for him.
And I'm gonna go and mention that mistake at the table. I'm gonna be right back.
And it is 3 white lights and a good lift for Leonard Lai of Great Britain. Brian Brunetti of Italy going for 162.5.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I mentioned the mistake. It should be corrected in the near future. A bit of work there.
Yeah, a bit hard, but I don't think he's at the very top end of his strength yet.
No, me neither. I mean, you usually expect the second attempt to get harder. That was a bit harder, but there's room for sure.
Yeah, and of course, fixing the bodyweight issue, it is crucially important for coaches to be able to calculate, or for the program to be able to calculate the points live as the attempts are put in.
Absolutely, yeah. So now everything's back in order. It makes much more sense.
And we have Kemal Ergin of Netherlands going for 175 kilos.
A very narrow stance with some of the highest heels you can find on the market. Still drops into the hole, gets the rebound.
And it is 3 white lights for the Dutchman. Vasileios Karakatsanis of Greece, 177.5 kilos. A sizable jump at this body weight, but he looked very confident at 170.
Let's go, Vasileios. Show us what you've got. Pretty much the same.
Yeah, just a tiny bit more effort. And a great attempt, 3 white lights. And now we are having a bit of a podium scrap on our hands in the 59s. We have Pireti going for 195. This will move him from 3rd to 1st on body weight. Just 0.02 of a kilogram lighter than Campano Diaz.
Who we expect to take the gold medal in the squad event. And then we'll have a scrap for 2nd or 3rd between Gabriel and Louis. But for the time being, taking 1st position over Ivan is not so bad. You can hear the French coach giving the last advices. Yeah, that was an effort for sure.
Yeah, a bit more work there, but he matched his personal best here.
And where do you go from this?
I think you go 200.
Oh, really? +5.
Plus 5, plus 5. It was hard, but I think if he really collect himself, he can get the 200.
He might. He might.
Gabriel Palumbo of Italy, also going for 195, and he is lighter than both Pireti and Campano Diaz, so he will be taking squat gold provisionally if he gets this.
If you can maintain performance at the lower body weight, it is such a strategical advantage.
And it seems to be very strong. And right now, if he wants to get silver, I think he just needs to match whatever Pireti puts in. And our last squat of the 2nd round, Ivan Campano Diaz, our favorite for the win, let's be honest, 207.5, quite a big 12.5 kilo jump.
Yeah, for sure. Sizable jump for 59. Very close to PB territory, just 2.5 below.
Yeah, 12.5 kilos being practically 20% of his body weight.
Very narrow grip on the bar. Makes the bite very tight. He dropped very fast into the hole. It's way less controlled, but it goes up. And this time I think the yellow is for supporting on the thighs.
Yeah, I think it might be. I've seen lifters have trouble with that. And yeah, you can see, first time he just touched them. Yeah, the jury has unfortunately overruled that. On the first attempt, he just touches the legs with the elbows, but this time I think he subconsciously pushes out with them, and that is of course considered supporting
Yeah,
or
it
helping
was-
yourself. So
It was visibly different. So for the time being, he's 3rd.
yeah, for the time being, he is 3rd in squats. Unexpected, but Leonard Lai going for his third attempt. This will be a big personal best in this competition for him if he can get 150. Big effort from Leonard Lai, and 3-weight Lai, it's a good lift.
Great third attempt. GB has been very consistent in terms of play calling since the beginning of the championship.
Brian Brunetti of Italy going for 167.5. Not quite his squat personal best, but 162.5 was pretty hard. So the sensible choice here.
Those days happen when PB isn't on the line. Collect kilos, get what you can, and play with your head. It's also a very mental game, powerlifting sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
I would rather collect 5 kilos than lose 10, so that was a great choice for him.
Yeah. I think it was pretty close to the limit. Might have gotten 2.5 more, but decided to play it safe, and I think we would both support the decision.
Absolutely.
Kemal Ergin of Netherlands going for 180. Really wants to use that stretch reflex that you get when you hit the bottom position to help him get up.
Yeah, the myotatic reflex of the muscle at the bottom when it's stretched out. It's a double-edged sword. We'll see what happens. Wow.
And I would say that was a perfect selection of the third attempt.
Yeah, probably with 2.5 more, he would have fell forward or fell out of the position at least, so nicely done.
Yeah, we have a saying that if a fly sat on that bar, he would have failed. But
In
he
France
did
we
not.
say if someone would have sneezed.
Yeah, yeah. Vasileios Karakatsanis of Greece going for 185 kilos.
Back-to-back 7.5 kilo jumps.
Well, as we said, he has great squat leverages, and this will be a very big personal best for him. Oh, look at that.
He's fighting, but
Yeah. Fights very hard, but perhaps the 7.5 kilos a bit too ambitious.
I would agree. I was surprised when I saw the call, so
And now we have the shootout for the 59 kilo podium. We have Louis Piretti of France going for 197.5.
he already has a guaranteed medal in the squat event, but this might determine the color of the medal. It's at least bronze, might be silver, and if both other lifter misses and he gets this, it will be gold.
Yeah, all to play over here for Louis. He just needs to get this.
You've got to push the ends of your opponents for sure. Let's go, le cafard.
Le cafard. Allez.
You know a bit of French. Just what you need for powerlifting. The well-known allez.
Oh, big fight. Oh, he tried very hard. We have to give it to him, but it seems that 195 was the limit today.
That was to this PB. He's getting medal. I think it's a great squad event from Louis Piretti.
Well, he can still get the silver medal or the bronze, depending on how Campano Diaz's third squad goes.
Absolutely.
Gabriel Palumbo of Italy, going for 200 kilos, a very big milestone. This would improve his personal best by 4.5 kilos. And it is three white lights.
Okay. Amazing.
Yeah, he's very happy with that, which is completely understandable.
Now we have Ivan Campano Diaz, who has decided to play it aggressively and reach PB territory. Feels like this competition is completely his to lose. He has quite the gap between him and the second and third, so why not play it like that?
Yeah, even if he misses this, he is still in a great position to keep the lead, although the lead will be less substantial.
Let's watch those elbows. Way more tension throughout the descent, but how are they gonna judge this? Oh, unfortunately, yeah.
I was afraid of that because I saw the elbows push up slightly again. We're gonna see again on the replay here.
They touch, the support, he goes back.
Yeah, I think this time he actually tried not to push, but
Yeah, it was less substantial than the second attempt for sure.
yeah. And so we have in the 53s Vasilios Karakatsanis taking the squat gold and Leonard Light taking silver, with Gabriel Palumbo of Italy taking the squat gold in the 59s with a 200 kilo squat, Louis Piretti of France taking silver with 195, and Ivan Campano Diaz, our favorite, taking bronze with 195 on bodyweight. We will see you back again in about 9 minutes time. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships in Pilsen, Czech Republic. We have just gotten over with the squats for the women's 43, 47 and 52 and the men's 53 and 59 kilo categories. We had in the 43s, we have one competitor, Elena Galbucci, obviously leading. We have Aneshka Mikova leading in the 47s and Mathilde Petit leading in the 52s. Going into the bench press, we are gonna be started off by Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic, going for 52.5 kilos.
Quite impactful on the chest right there, but
Yeah, not the most control on the way down, but great power of the chest to get it up. And it's a 2-1. Yellow light from the center referee. Maybe could have been for possible double dip on the chest, because the bar was just
it was yellow, right?
bouncing. Yeah, it was yellow.
Double dip is blue.
Elena Galbucci of Italy,
Oh,
going for 55 kilos. Uh,
I think we might have problem with the safety heights because they're a bit rusty and hard to move. So they are discussing it with the jury. And they're setting up the minimal amount of. Oh, what? They're changing it right now. That's weird. So we are sorry for this inconvenience, but obviously the safety of the lifters is one of our priority.
Absolutely, and it would seem that, yeah, they just got rusty or something, and they can be moved, but it takes quite a lot of effort.
Maybe someone benched 300 for a pin bench.
Oh yeah, that must have been me yesterday as well. I was
Oh,
training.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Nice, Everton. Nice performance.
And now we go to Elena Galbucci of Italy, opening at 55 kilos. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift for the Italian. Mevane Stellato of France.
This is the one lift where she loses ground on her opponents. So be conservative, get as many kilos as possible, and move on with your day.
Resting the bar on her chest pretty heavily in the bottom position.
It looked like a mixed soft sink to me.
Yeah, basically.
How does it look from that angle? Yeah, it looks like some kind of a sink, but I think the wrist rolled a bit too much for her to be able to control it perfectly.
Gisela Sanchez Colado of Spain going for 52.5 kilos. And
Well,
it is a good lift.
that looked perfect to me.
Yeah, very nice execution. And we have Katia Katsarova now, from Bulgaria, going for 60 kilos on her bench press opener. Already her personal best. She has made great improvements on squat and on bench.
I think she might have timed out. This is why you should always take the time to ask for an unrack before setting it up, because when this happens, you time out. Apparently, she was not covering the rings with her fingers, so too wide of a grip.
So the limit of the grip on the bar for bench press is limited by the rings between the knurling, and the rings must be covered by, or the hands must be inside them, so you can always grip closer than the rings. Ioana Campardi of Greece, going for 60 kilo. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift.
Even the ref looked very satisfied with that rep.
Sarah McCormack of Ireland, going for 62.5. Yeah, nice and solid. I think they're gonna be happy with that. And we have Carlien Schmid of Netherlands going for 65 kilos, opening on her personal best. Was that the smoothest bench we've seen today?
Probably, yes. Clinical bench.
Yeah, perfect bar path. Beautiful to see. Lauren Preston coming up. She is gonna try to bench 67.5 kilos for a new personal best on her opener. Oh,
Tucking the elbows very much.
yeah,
Made it hard to reopen them. And yellows.
that must have been probably her glutes lifting off the bench or a foot lifting. We'll see on the replay.
Glutes for sure.
Yeah, yeah. That's unfortunate. It wasn't the easiest opener. We hope she can retake it on her second and get it.
Opening 2.5 above your PB could have seemed greedy, but this time was just maybe technical. We'll see.
And next up we have Agnieszka Mikova of Czech Republic, opening at 67.5. 3.5 kilos below her personal best of 71. Would you call that a sink?
Yes, I would. Not the deepest, but I would call that a sink for sure. And since the elbow rules has passed, we've seen more and more women get into sinking, so yeah, that's for sure a sink. Because she maintains her chest very high, just uses the elasticness of the ribs. To me, that's a sink. What about you? What do you think?
I would agree. Yeah. Have Marta Scuderi, the last of the 47s, opening at 72.5 kilos.
Coached by Edo Mazzucchelli, one of the top 83s at World Open.
And it's 3 white lights. Yep.
And Edo, her coach, was the first Italian 83 to hit the 800 total. A squat monster. A bit asymmetrical of a bench, but seemed to be working for her.
Yeah, it's just the human body is, in most cases, not perfectly symmetrical.
True.
Mathilde Petit of France, also going for 72.5 kilos.
You're getting more and more French as the leaves go by.
Well, I am hanging out with French people all the time here, so kind of getting assimilated. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift for Mathilde.
And it looks like it's already a guaranteed podium in the bench press. Might even be the gold medal from the opener. Let's see how this story unfolds. But it surely looks like it. Only 2 opener missed. I mean, only 2 opener missed.
Yeah, Lauren Preston and Katya Katsarova. Katsarova timing out, unfortunately. We'll see if she can regroup for her second. Here we have Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic going for 55 kilos. Two and a half kilo jump, which you would expect at these weights.
Another one of the lifters of this flight that doesn't cover the rings. This time she does. She got the start command, but yep, it's very fatiguing to unrack the bar twice. So,
And I think with the head referee being so mindful of that, of the rings, and requiring them to be completely covered as per the rules. I think the athletes are gonna have to hurry up a bit onto the platform, not come onto the bench with 40 seconds left, just to give themselves time to re-grip the bar if it's potentially required.
I agree. But yeah, as you mentioned, I'm 100% on the side of the chief referee. It's the rules, so you've got to enforce them.
Absolutely. Mevan Estelato of France, going for 57.5 kilos.
The exact same semi-sync we've seen.
Yeah, it's 3 white lights. We're gonna see that on the replay.
I think she adapted in a way so she does not collapse at the bottom and benefits from the leg drive, but her wrist seems to be rolling, so it seemed hard to master.
Yeah, absolutely. The sync, one of the most efficient techniques, but also one of the hardest to master. Katia Katsarova now of Bulgaria needs to grip the bar closer together this time. Hey, I think
She pays attention for sure this time.
yeah, and she has plenty of time left.
And she made the right decision to retake the same weight, not go up.
Yeah, it moves decently, but not absolutely flying, so just secures her bench press and she can go on from there. Gisela Sanchez Colado now going for 60 kilo. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift. Dancing off the platform. Hope she doesn't lose too much energy doing that.
I feel like expressing yourself in some ways brings even more energy, so hope that's the case for her.
Absolutely. And here we have a 7.5 kilo jump. I wasn't expecting that.
Me either.
But Elena Galbucci of Italy.
Let's see it.
Yeah, it's quite hard, but she gets it up and it's 3 white lights.
My question is, where do you go from there?
Scratch the attempt. Maybe try 2.5.
I think she'll try. Maybe she maintains perfect form, she'll be able to push, but it's gonna be a scrappy one for sure.
Ioana Campardi of Greece. Going 2.5 kilos up to 62.5. And it's 3 white lights for Campardi. Sarah McCormack coming up next. 65 kilos on the bar. This is to match her personal best.
Oh, okay.
Very strong.
Actually, yes, that was very fast. As an opener could have been.
Yeah, the opener was slower.
Yeah, actually, yes. And now the last lifter to not have scored a opener.
Lauren Preston of Great Britain unfortunately was called out for glutes lifting off the bench on her opener.
And we remember it was quite hard.
Yeah, it was not the easiest lift.
Come on, Lorraine, this time has to be. And it's a fight.
She gets it up. I hope there's not going to be blue lights. And
Oh,
it's a 2-1. And
one
we'll
blue.
have to see the replay here.
Mm-hmm. She got me worried there, that's for sure. Oh, to me, there's downward movement.
Yeah,
But hopefully the jury blinks for her, but
just the slightest dip of the bar during the upwards movement. But yeah, we'll see. Of course, we hope it doesn't get overruled.
we are not members of the jury anyway, but to our judgment right there was a slight dip.
Caroline Schmid of Netherlands.
Still putting on a clinical performance in the bench press. Great technique for her.
Absolutely.
Not surprising considering she's a coach herself.
Anishka Mikova going on next. A 5 kilo jump to 72.5 kilos. This is to retake the lead in the 47 kilo category on the bench press.
Wow.
And
Even more explosive than the first.
that was very fast. Do you think we can get another 5 kilo jump from her?
I think so, because it seemed like she synced a bit more than the first. Yeah, you see that? She synced a bit more. And she benefited from her leg drive even more, so we might see a 5 kilo jump.
Marta Scuderi of Italy, her closest competitor, going for 75 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump. And basically I was asking because if Mikova takes another 5 kilo jump, she closes the gap on prognosis down to just 5 kilos.
But the attempt just came in, she's only loading 2.5 more. Maybe she knows herself more than we do, that's likely.
But anyway, Marta Scuderi going for 75 kilos. Has to put some muscle into it, but it's 3 white lights. And hopping off the platform. And our last attempt of the second round, Mathilde Petit, going for 77.5 kilos, a 5 kilo jump and a 5 kilo personal best.
She takes her time to build tension, build the arch. Nice soft touch.
Absolutely beautiful execution. Deserves more than 3 white lights it got.
the brightest light.
And we are moving on into the third round.
It's interesting to see we've got 12 women flights, 12 different techniques, differences in terms of width of the grip, position of the hand, position of the back, sync, no sync. Very interesting to see.
Yeah, really the whole spectrum here. And we have Klara Kucherova of Czechia going to reattempt 55 kilos that she could not get on her second attempt. Big power, and it's 3 white lights this time.
She smiles at the platform.
Mevane Stellato of France going for 60 kilos. Oh, big fight there, but we're gonna have to see, unfortunately,
Yeah,
downward movement.
this time the left wrist rolled a bit too much for it to be fully controlled throughout the lift. On the right side, the elbows goes under the bar, and on the left side, it's the wrist that rolls. So, unfortunately, blue lights.
Katia Katsarova next of Bulgaria, 62.5 kilos for a 2.5 kilo personal best here. Really making sure that she covers the rings on the bar. Pretty solid.
Yeah, solid.
It's a shame she missed her. She timed out on her first attempt. I think she might have been able to squeeze a couple kilos more, but
Yeah, that was probably the scheduled second attempt.
and we have now Gisela Colado Sanchez of Spain going for 62.5. Nice and strong press there.
And as you can see on the board, every jump being made from the second to the third is a 2.5 kilo jump.
Well, with these weights, even a 2.5 kilo jump sometimes seems pretty large.
That's why records are made by 500 grams, because when you reach top level, it is very, very hard to improve, and 500 grams can make a difference.
This is Elena Galbucci. And as we can see here, tries to press it out, still executes a very technique very well, but just the strength not there today.
Yeah, because
unfortunately.
when you soft touch, the hardest part of the lift is off the chest. If you get stuck at the bottom, it's done for you.
Ioana Campardi of Greece coming up to try 65 kilos. This will put her into bench press bronze medal position in the 52s for the time being. And a very solid third attempt there, 3 white lights. Campardi goes into bronze medal position in the bench press for now, and Sarah McCormack has to answer.
Yeah, if Sarah makes this, that's a guaranteed medal.
And it seems she does.
Yes,
It's
there you have it.
3 white lights and a medal for the Irish team. Another one.
This time she needs to work both on her elbows and the butt, staying on the bench. If this one is going to go through, it's going to be a fight for Lauren Preston from Great Britain. Let's see it.
Oh, big fight! Wow!
She keeps on fighting and she smiles.
Yeah, she's having fun. That's the one of the important parts here.
Absolutely.
She is having great fun. And you know, when has maxing out on bench press never been fun?
That doesn't mean you should do this every day. Be careful.
No, absolutely not. You should reserve it for special occasions.
Like once a week. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You heard it here, folks. Caroline Schmidt of Netherlands going for 70 kilos. Big fight, wow!
And we've mentioned it earlier, but when technique is on point, you can push through. She maintained perfect technique and she's been able to push through. It is 3 white lights.
And well deserved.
Not the widest grip, something that she's worked on. It's perfect for her. And she puts on a clinical performance, 3 for 3 in the bench press.
Aniška Mikova of Czech Republic going for 75 kilos. This is to put her into first position in the bench press in the 47s, ahead of Scuderi, with Scuderi yet to answer. Oh, presses it out, but I'm afraid, yeah, the bar has gone down during the lift.
I heard your ooh and I know what you were thinking. You were expecting blues and it's all blue across the board.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate, because she clearly had the power, just lost the bar positioning a little bit. But that means that Marta Scuderi is already in the gold medal position for the bench press. Now just trying to add a couple kilos to her total. We're talking about Mikova closing the gap. Scuderi now has the opportunity to open the gap further. Oh, and unfortunately just too heavy for her today. Still has a 7.5 kilo lead on prognosis, but nothing insurmountable. And I think we're in for an interesting fight there. And for our last bench press of this women's combined flight. Mathilde Petit, 80 kilos. Monster bench. And a very strong finish here with 3 white lights for Mathilde Petit. Before we go into the male categories, we have Galbucci obviously leading the 43s as she is the only athlete there with a successful second attempt at 62.5. We have Mikova we have Scuderi taking the bench press gold in the 47s with 75 kilos, and Petit taking the bench press gold in the 52s with 80 kilos. We are already getting the platform set up for the men's 53 and 59 kilo categories, which will follow right up. And as we start with Gabriel Palumbo of Italy, opening at 95 kilos.
He came out first in the bench press after a gold medal in the squat. Very uneven press. One shoulder way higher than the other. I don't think he got properly set up there.
Oh, perhaps just does not particularly like bench press.
See, one shoulder rises way more than the other.
I can see that, yeah. We'll see on the second. Leonard Lai of Great Britain, opening at 107.5. Yeah, nice and strong opener there for Lai. Now we're gonna have all but one of the 59 kilo athletes benching before our second 53 kilo athlete. Would you like to spoil it for the audience what's gonna happen on his opener?
I mean, he's a shepherd by day, but a record hunter at night.
It would seem that he is opening at the European junior record. Oh, even the world junior record.
Crazy.
Louis Piretti of France, opening at 117.5. Very close to his personal best.
We'll see if Le Cafard has made some progress on bench press. Looks like he might have.
Yeah, it would seem like he did. It's 3 white lights and a good first lift for Piretti. Kemal Erkin from Netherlands will be coming up next, going for 125. 5.5 below his personal best, the Dutch bench press record.
He's already been competing 6 years at 22. That's a lot of experience.
Oh.
Not the easiest thing.
Oh, he was using the bounce in the squats. It would seem he likes to use the bounce in the bench.
Let's see how he does in deadlift then, because I don't know how to use the bounce in deadlift.
That is gonna be a whole nother challenge. We'll see how he deals with it. Now we have Ivan Campano Diaz of Spain, opening at 130 kilos. Our favorite for the win, but only one successful squat attempt. We're gonna see if he can do better on the bench press. Let's hope he can.
Historically, he's had depth issues. He seems to be sinking a bit more now. Let's see how it goes.
It's a 2-1 with a yellow light from the center referee, which means it wasn't depth that was the issue.
Did he lift his head off the bench? No, he didn't. Maybe the heels off the ground? I don't know.
No, I wouldn't know. And now, as promised, we have Vasilios Karakatsanis opening at 131 kilos on the world junior record.
That is truly amazing. I'm eager to see it. If it's really an opener and it moves like an opener,
Oh, his personal best standing at 137. I'd imagine a Greek record, which is quite a flex for the Greek Federation to have a national record higher than the world record.
let's rearrange that. Yep, that's definitely an opener.
Opting to use the bench press blocks there in order to reach the ground better with his legs. Of course, any competitor can choose to do that.
And he doesn't even seem too happy. Hitting a world record seems normal to him, so I'm expecting him to be in a PB form today.
Well, for him, he was probably doing it for 3x3 in training. But yeah, we have a new world record already.
Just like that.
Brian Brunetti opening at 140 kilos. The European junior record standing at 151.5, so not far from it. And we might see that one broken. And the junior world record also.
I would be very surprised to see it on the second, but it might be on the third.
We'll see how this goes and how he paces himself. Slow and steady.
Yeah, not the easiest opener. I don't know what's in the course for him. Let's see how he benches. If the second attempt is exactly the same, then we'll know.
And going into the second round, we're gonna have Gabriel Palumbo of Italy going for 100 kilos. Gabriel, a huge squatter, but his bench letting him down a bit in comparison to his co-competitors.
Yeah, for sure.
See,
He's
since
losing a lot of ground to Eva and Louis.
he's gonna have to squeeze every kilo here now and pull out a brilliant performance on deadlift if he wants to reach that podium. It's gonna be very hard.
Not so bad.
Yeah, it clips the rack a little bit, but it does not seem to stop him.
I think he clipped it because he had the same shoulder issue than on his first attempt.
Yeah, just a bit uneven.
What do you make of the belt during the bench press?
Well, For some competitors, it helps them to keep the brace. For some others, I sometimes use it in training just to get a better idea of where to bend in my back so I don't arch in the lower back but in the lumbar part of the spine.
Okay.
Leonard Lai now, looking to match his personal best at 112.5 kilos. And it is 3 white lights and a good lift for Lai.
Yeah, nothing to worry there. That didn't look like a third. He's got room to grow.
And next up is Louis Piretti of France, going for 122.5, a small improvement on his personal best.
He looks very focused. Taking his time to adjust his belt. Be mindful of his positioning, creating tension before the lift.
It's quite noticeably harder this time.
Absolutely, yes, but that's a new personal best.
Absolutely, a new personal best is supposed to be hard. Not for all competitors, though.
Let's be real, we won't see anything other than a 2.5 kilo jump.
And you have Kemal Ergin of Netherlands going for 130 kilos, half a kilo below his personal best and the Dutch national record.
I remember that we were mentioning that his first sink was not the best. Let's see if he can correct this on the second attempt, getting adjusted to the bench. Come on, make this way better, Kamal, come on. And it isn't, unfortunately.
Unfortunately not there for Kemal. I think he just needs to get that thing really dialed in and he can press 130 or maybe even something more if they choose to try and risk it.
I feel like his left shoulder is completely out of the bench.
Yeah, he's really set up somewhat diagonally. And now for another attempt at the world junior record, which he already holds from his first attempt, Vasilios Karakatsanis of Greece. Still below his personal best.
It's twice and a half his body weight. That's pretty impressive.
That's very impressive, yeah.
A lot of pressing power in Vasilios from Greece. Wow, that looks very, very good.
Yeah, very consistent, great power, and of course, great leverages for the squat and the bench.
And no display of joy whatsoever. Job isn't done.
Oh,
He still has a third attempt and goals in mind probably.
He's locked in, probably wanting to improve on his personal best. Ivan Campano Diaz next, getting his first bench press in, jumping 7.5 kilos to his personal best now. Our favorite for the win.
He's bumping the spotters for good luck, as you've mentioned.
Still looks good, 3 white lights, and no signs of the depth trouble he has been facing in the past competitions.
And I feel like the third one is gonna be way more grindy because we can see the appearance of a sticking point right now.
Yeah, he
And with
really
the
needs.
sync, it shows very rapidly once it appears.
Yeah, he really needs to utilize that bounce. Brian Brunetti jumping 5 kilos to 145, half a kilo below his personal best, and 6.5 kilos off the European and World Junior record. We'll see if this moves very well. He might go for the record.
He probably won't.
No, I don't think he has the record in him today, but still a great performance here on the bench press.
Yeah.
More than securing him the gold medal.
Still the best bencher of the class today.
And it's very interesting seeing that Campanio Diaz is the clear favorite. Him not winning the squat and not winning the bench.
Another round powerlifter.
Yeah, and a great deadlifter.
But if his technique was refined, he should have won the squat. But unfortunately, a few mistakes here and there, you get yellows and it's a no lift.
Yeah, Gabriel Palumbo starting off the third round, going for 102.5 to match his personal best. A bit of a fight there, but he gets the 3 white lights and matches his personal best on the bench, securing what he had in him today. Leonard Lai now going for a 2.5 kilo improvement on his personal best with 115, and 112 moved very decently, so with proper execution he should be able to do this. And it seems he does. No.
Oh,
Yellow lights from the side referees, usually for a lift of the glutes or feet. We're gonna have to see from the side.
I'm looking at the coach who's rushing to the jury and he's sent off.
We can't really see it from this angle because he has a very specific setup on the bench, but I think I saw the butt come off the bench for
Yeah, it's
just a
hard to
split
see from this
second
angle
there.
because he lifts with the hips opened during the bench press, so with the camera angle it was hard to see, I agree.
Louis Piretti of France going for 125. Oh, he's fighting it hard, but no, it's not there today. Unfortunate, but still walks away with a small personal best.
2 for 2 in the squat, 2 for 2 in the bench. Let's hope that trend doesn't go on in the deadlift event.
And we have Kemal Ergin of Netherlands reattempting 130. Needs to get a better sync this time.
I think he was worried about hitting one of the pin of the rack when racking the bar. Oh, this time it goes up.
Yeah, it's way better this time, and it's 3 white lights and a good lift.
You wished him good luck and to use the bounce, and that's exactly what he did.
May the bounce be with you.
May the bounce be with you.
And for a third consecutive attempt at the world record, going for 139.5, Vasilios Karakatsanis.
He's made the usual jumps, but in between attempts at a world record. 5 kilo jump from 131 to 136, and now 2.5. No, 3.5, sorry, my bad. But crazy back to back attempts at a world record,
We'll see if he can hit it for the third time.
and now he's hyped.
Now this is the real deal for him. Previous two were just warm-ups. Just happened to break the record in the meantime. This is the one he really wants.
Hoping for the best. Let's go.
And he's going.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's 3 white lights and a third world record, and he is happy with that one.
Finally, we see some kind of emotion. He's happy, Vasileos. A great sensation here in the bench press event. 139.5 at 53 kilos, 52.11 exactly. Absolutely stellar performance in the bench press event.
And now we have Ivan Campagno Diaz going for 140 kilos.
That would be a personal best.
Yeah, 2.5 kilo personal best. His bench really clicking here.
Nice way to bounce back from an eventful squad event, to say the least.
Oh, it's a grinder,
I told you the next one will be a grinder.
but he gets it up and it's 3 white lights. And he's very satisfied with himself. And we have one attempt left. We didn't think he was going for it. The 145 was decently hard, but Brian Brunetti
You should have
showing-
seen my eyes.
Yeah.
Looking at that attempt, I was like, wow, really? He's going for it? But nothing surprises me anymore with the Hail Mary we've seen this morning. This might be one of those stories where a big jump makes the cut.
It is a new world junior record and European junior record at 152 kilos for Brian Brunetti. He's gonna try for it. He's got the heart and soul in the right place here. He is focused.
If he loaded it, it must be that there's a world where he gets it. He might have done it at training. Maybe he has the confidence to correct something that he missed on the second. Nonetheless, it is time to maybe witness greatness, an attempt at a world junior record.
Oh, unfortunately not there today, but Brunetti still walks off with this squat gold medal with Campagno Diaz in second and Ergin of Netherlands in third, with Karatsanis breaking the record for 3 consecutive times here. Absolutely insane performance from the Greek athlete. And we will see you back in about 9 minutes for the deadlift throwdown. Hello and welcome back to the 2024 European Sub-Junior and Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships. We are going straight in to the women's 43, 47 and 52 kilo category deadlift showdown. We are looking at the placings here, and it promises us some podium battles. In the 52's winner more or less predetermined, but in the 47s all is up for grabs still between Mikova and Scuderi.
Yes, very excited to see how that story unfolds in the 47s. Exciting battle ahead. And the battle for third position is going to be very hard too, so very, very interesting class today.
Absolutely, and we have Elena Galbucci from the 43s starting us off with 100 kilos on the deadlift.
Bit of a wobble at the top.
Yeah, we'll see.
I'm not
Yeah.
surprised.
Yeah, unfortunately, it has happened to many competitors during this competition already. The wobble at the top. Let's hope she can recover from it and make a valid deadlift, because if she doesn't, we will not have a winner in the 43s. And next up we have Katia Katsarova of Bulgaria, going for 115 kilos. Already a personal best. Opting to go completely raw even for the deadlift.
I think the deadlift is the lift where you see the more often the unequipped lifters, beltless, etc.
And that's pretty hard for an opener. I mean,
hard.
we've seen her grind out lifts, but for an opener for a deadlift, you'd expect it to be easier.
Yeah. And I think there are multiple mistakes being made here. Supporting on the thighs, lack of lockout. Let's hope she can correct this.
Yeah,
But back-to-back missed openers, that's pretty unusual.
not a great start to the session. Let's hope Lauren Preston can turn it around.
Also beltless.
And I think it's 3 white lights and a good lift for Lauren Preston. Reminds me of the phrase that Konstantin Konstantinos used to say, "This is my belt."
But I think they should try the 10 millimeter belt from our sponsor SBD.
Oh yeah, it is specifically made for lifters who find the 13mm belt way too bulky and basically cutting into their rib cage. We have Ioana Campardi of Greece opening at 127.5.
She's been consistent throughout this competition.
Yeah, nice and smooth. Not surprising there. And next up we have Sarah McCormack of Ireland, 127.5 kilos, 20 kilos below her deadlift personal best, playing it pretty safe. And it moves how we would expect an opener to move.
Ireland, not that big of a country in size, but a big powerlifting country, sending a lot of lifters to this championship.
Gisela Sanchez Colado of Spain, opening at 130 kilos. Opting for the crab sumo technique. You don't see that one often,
Yep.
but she executes it well.
It's not even a frog stance. It's very in between.
It's almost conventional. She's standing just far enough apart with her legs to be able to grab the bar with her hands in between,
Yeah, it's a knees out conventional.
basically. Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic, opening at 135. 8 kilos below her personal best, which seems to be a Czech national record. I think her not only one.
Or maybe a university record since she's a student and she's been competing. We don't know.
Might also be, yeah. And a pretty nice first attempt there.
Yeah, very strong.
And she will be followed by her colleague from Czech Republic, Agnieszka Mikova, opening at 142.5. One of our contenders for the title here in the 47 kilo junior category.
No troubles there.
Yeah, very smooth and strong.
That could be the name of a coaching organization. Smooth and strong. Double S. She forgot her belt. I can read lips, and she said, "J'ai oublié ma ceinture," which means I forgot my belt, but she's pulling anyway.
Well, it's well below her personal best. And look at that. Alright, I forgot my belt. Who cares?
She just wanted to flex.
Yeah, probably just pretended to forget her belt. Caroline Schmidt from Netherlands, opening at 150 kilos. Don't think she forgot her belt, she just refuses to wear one.
Yeah, she's been beltless the whole competition. And mind you, she still squatted 130, and now she's deadlifted 150, beltless.
Yeah, very nice round numbers, I gotta say. She is well on her way to securing the silver medal in the 52s. And now for our other contender for the win in the 47s, Marta Scuderi of Italy. Pretty slow off the floor, but that's just how sumo works. If your technique is very efficient, it's probably gonna be slow off the floor.
We're waiting for the lights. There they are. And just like that, she matched Mikova, but she's heavier on body weight. So for now, Mikova is in the lead.
And for our last deadlift opener, Mathilde Petit of France. Looking pretty unbothered.
Opening right on her personal best. That's a great sign. If it moves very well. shaky.
Yeah, it's 3 white lights. It's a good lift, but yeah, as you said, it was shaky.
Not the most convincing opener, but a match personal best on the first. It seemed like the left knee wanted to shake a lot. Lockout was not the most convincing. Let's see where this goes. I wouldn't expect a huge jump. We'll see when the ticket comes in.
And we have two athletes who have not made their opening attempts, and they're gonna start us off here. First of which, Elena Galbucci of Italy, trying again for the 100 kilos. Just had a little wobble at the top on her previous attempt. I'm sure she can do it better.
Still a bit of a wobble.
But it's time, this time it's minor enough to get the white light, so she's safe. Secures her title of the 43 kilo European champion.
Yeah, the bar never went down. Just a bit of a wobble of the shoulders, but she gets it. She's fine.
Now for Katsarova, there might be bigger issues. Her first deadlift wasn't the easiest, and she had a few technical mistakes that she needs to correct. Let's hope she can do it. To be honest, it looked better.
Yep.
And it's three white lights, and
Oh, she's relieved.
yeah, she's so relieved. Wow.
But where do you go from there is the question.
Five? Maybe. We'll see.
To the moon, I guess.
To the moon. Lauren Preston going for 132.5, already a personal best on her second attempt. Oh,
I think she likes to scare us.
yeah. It would seem so, that she just likes to play with the commentator's emotions a bit. Very
Just-
slow on the lockout.
Yeah, form at the bottom was not so bad. Just pretty hard lockout.
I think she needs more baby powder.
That's what I was gonna say. We are on the same page on this one.
Ioana Campardi of Greece going for 135.
Oh wow. Okay.
She has a bit of a technique breakdown, I think. Wasn't patient enough off the floor. Her hips shot upwards and she just couldn't grind it out. We can see on the replay here.
Yes, exactly as you mentioned. That's exactly what happened, and it's the first time our form breaks down today. Maybe getting tired on the 8th attempt of the day.
Sarah McCormick of Ireland going for 137.5, on pace to reach her personal best of 147.5. Nice and strong. And she seems to be pretty secure in the third place overall.
Yeah, I feel like the podium spot are pretty well determined in the 52s. It's not the same story for the 47s though.
Gisela Sanchez Colado going for 140. Bit of work there on the top. Where would you jump from that?
Maybe 5, but I'm worried for a support thing on the thighs if it gets heavier on the right side. I don't want that knee to unlock and make it seem like it's supporting on the thighs, so I'll be conservative, 5 kilo tops.
I agree. Klara Kucherova of Czech Republic going for 140 kilos.
It moved great off the ground, a bit of workout lockout.
Yeah, it's 3 white lights. I think she has a couple kilos left in the tank, surely.
It's very difficult to make a prognosis between the second and the third deadlift because usually a second gear kicks in those lifters for third because it makes more sense to them. It's the final deadlift. You can empty the tank. You know your placing if you can pull this or da da da. So another gear kicks in. It's very hard to predict.
Absolutely. And here is Agnieszka Mikova of Czechia. 150 kilos to put her back into total first place in the 47s. Seems nice and solid. It's 3 white lights for Agnieszka.
I'm very interested to see this one. It could be one of the determining attempts for the podium in the 47s.
Yeah, Mevane Stellato going for 152.5.
This time with the belt.
And it's no problem for her.
Great work.
She gets the 322.5 total with her closest chaser Preston at 315, currently projected to hit 320. We're gonna have to see either some attempt chasers or Stellato is gonna be in third.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see a placeholder and Team France changing the attempt last minute to pull whatever.
Yeah. And we have Marta Scuderi of Italy. Wants to regain her lead from Mikova. Ooh,
Yeah, the shoulder collapsed at the top.
that's not gonna be a valid lift for her, and this leaves the door wide open for Mikova to get some more kilos on her last attempt.
Absolutely.
And Scuderi is gonna have to be the chasing one going into the third round.
Could you imagine if that was mind games from Scudery?
Just pretending.
Yep. That would
That-
be crazy.
That would be crazy, yeah. Caroline Schmidt of Netherlands going for 160 kilos to match her deadlift personal best. Yeah, very solid.
Yeah, great technique. Knees out at the bottom to get the hips closer to the bar.
I can see why people would want her to coach them. She really has very proficient technique.
Absolutely.
And for our final deadlift here in the second round, as we're getting used to, Mathilde Petit of France, 167.5. First one wasn't the easiest, bit shaky,
Yeah, she just added 5. That seemed like a smart move. She's already far away from the pack. Just secure some more kilos. Have fun with it if possible. And get home safe with the multiple gold medals. Watch for the left knee. Still a bit shaky, but way less.
Yeah. Maybe she was shaking because her body was not loaded enough.
Yeah, maybe. But nice way to come back on the platform and hit the second attempt.
Yeah, absolutely.
And sometimes you need 2 attempts to get the hold of it, and sometimes you make a bigger jump from the second to the third. So we'll see what happens.
So starting off the third round will be Elena Gelbucci, jumping 15 kilos. 115. Pretty big jump. But the first one was reasonably easy.
And now that the total is secured, it's Elena against Elena at this point. Trying to end on the high notes, put the cherry on the top, and walk away with the title, being the only 43.
Big fight there, and she manages to lock it out. No
Is
wobble
this
this time on the top.
Not at all.
And it's 3 white lights, a good lift, and she is the 43 kilo European Junior Champion.
She equaled our personal best in the deadlift event, but she maxed out and hit 260 when our previous personal best was 247.5. So 12.5 kilo improvement on the total. In these lighter categories, it's pretty big.
Katia Katsarova of Bulgaria, as I told you, jumping 5 kilos.
You're the expert. But you've seen her compete it multiple times, you've said.
Yeah, I've seen her compete, yeah.
Bringing expertise to the commentary booth.
And let's see if she can grind it out. She does.
She has heart for sure, but is it to competition standards? I'm afraid it is not.
Unfortunately not. But a personal victory. 120 kilos, not a deadlift to be ashamed of. Ioana Campardi of Greece, reattempting 135 kilos. Just lost her positioning there on her previous attempt.
You've mentioned hips rising and the lack of patience at the bottom, so if she can correct these 2 points, we might have a 135 good lift. Let's see it. More patience for sure, but this time nothing happens.
Yeah, just can't break the floor. Really unfortunate for her, but sometimes it just isn't there on the day. Otherwise, a reasonably successful deadlift session so far. And Lauren Preston coming up, representing Great Britain, going for a 5 kilo personal best out at 137.5.
Smiling as she walks onto the platform.
This will not change her rankings, but it will be a matched personal best total there. Big fight again, and oh, just loses her grip.
She doesn't seem to be too mad to handle it, so
No, I think she enjoyed it. she seems to thrive on the grind.
Maybe she should have added baby powder, as you've mentioned earlier.
I think she did, but very small amounts. Sarah McCormack of Ireland, pretty much cemented in third place in the 52s. Now going for a third place in the deadlift. Get that extra medal. Oh, big effort there, but unfortunately not today. Unfortunately not today. Gisela Sanchez Colado, jumping 7.5 kilos to 147.5, opting to not try for the podium. This is just gonna move her into total rank number 4.
This for a 220 total.
And she locks it out, but we'll have to wait for the lights on this one, and it's blues. As you mentioned, the expert started supporting the bar with her thighs on the upwards motion, unfortunately. Klara Kucherova next, 147.5.
And the intensity has risen, sorry. She walks onto the platform screaming now when she used to be smiling.
A 4.5 kilo personal best on the deadlift if you can get it. And I imagine a new Czech record. Oh, she's fighting. Ah! Just can't lock it out. It's reasonably fast most of the way up and then just gets stuck.
She still walks away with a total personal best of 307.5.
And I need to apologize to the athletes. I seem to have brought the commentator's curse upon them, because since I said that...
Only missed attempts since you mentioned that it was going well.
We need a competitor strong enough to break it. I hope Aniška Mikova can be that. Going for 152.5.
I think that's a great decision, since the Italian had a grip struggle on the previous attempt. You just had a few kilos on there, make it harder for the opponents. Don't risk it, and hope it doesn't come bite you in the end.
She's gonna be throwing the gauntlet to Scuderi if she can get this.
She's zoned in for sure, fully focused.
And she gets it.
That was the right call for sure.
Yeah, 3 white lights. Adds to 2.5 kilos.
That was the call for sure. I would rather get 2.5 than lose 5 kilos.
Absolutely. And now Scuderi needs the 157.5 if she wants to win.
She needs 160 if she wants to win. She's heavier.
No, it moves her to 367.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's good.
Yeah. She's gonna beat Mikova by 2.5 kilos if she can get this time.
Ooh.
And
So
this is
it's a matter of grip.
Yeah, this is a big lift now. Can she hold on?
Wow, the tension in the room at the moment. Oh no! Oh, this time she lost balance because she tried to keep the grip on the thigh and she lost balance.
And that means after a valiant effort and a great fight from Scudery, Mikova will be walking away the 47 kilo European junior champion.
Absolutely.
Now it is just a matter of can Stellato hit a 160 deadlift. It's not gonna change anything, but it's gonna improve on her total just to finish her competition strong. She already has the deadlift gold and the overall bronze, and it's not gonna change. But she still wants this.
It's not going to be a walk in the park, but I think it's very likely that she hits this.
Oh,
And
big
the
effort.
commentator's curse in full effect.
So far, only Mikova strong enough to break it.
But she still walks away.
Well, if you're strong enough to
medal.
break my commentator's curse, you become the 47 kilo European junior champion. 2 deadlifts to go. In the 52 kilo category, Caroline Schmid, the first of those, going for 170 kilos.
That would be a nice PB for her.
Yeah, 10 kilos on her personal best. And a current deadlift gold with Petit, the only one who can answer.
She's already on her best total, but looking to add 10 on the deadlift and the total. Will we see the first form breakdown?
Let's hope not.
She's been so strong and so technical so far.
And she's locked in.
Let's do this.
And you were talking about the form breakdown?
No way.
Absolutely not.
And great call by the Netherlands.
Great call. And now for our final deadlift of these 52 class women.
She's already the champion, but she wants the gold medal in the deadlift event.
Yeah, she has it in the squat, she has it in the bench. Would be a shame if she didn't have it in the deadlift.
Walking away home with 4 gold medals is the ideal scenario for Mathilde Petit. Another 5 kilo jump to make that a reality. It's time, Mathilde, come on.
And with a big pull and 3 white lights, Mathilde Petit finishes strong, taking home the triple crown, being the 52 kilo European junior champion and taking every single gold medal possible.
Luggages are going to be heavy on the way home. Absolutely 4 gold medals for the French athlete.
And of course, Mikova breaking the commentator's curse, becoming the 47 kilo European champion. And Gilbucci, after a rough start to deadlifts, recovers and becomes the 43 kilo European junior champion. And we are going to be moving straight on into the men's 53 and 59 deadlifts. So stay with us. And we are going to be starting off with Vasilios Karakatsanis. He needs to hit this deadlift in order to secure the validity of his bench press record, which he broke 3 times. And I don't think that will be a problem. It's 3 white lights, a total secured, and the bench press record secured.
Yep, not a problem in the slightest.
Will be followed by Kemal Ergin of Netherlands, going for 180 kilos.
Let's see if he has the infamous bouncing deadlift. Solid hook grip, taking time to set it up.
Well, it bounces when he lets it back down on the floor. It's 3 white lights for the Dutchman. And at 182.5 we have opening Brian Brunetti of Italy.
A very wide range of openers for the 59s from 180 to 237.5. 57.5 kilos separates the two widest openers.
Nice and smooth for Brian Brunetti.
Nice conventional deadlift.
It is 3 white lights and a good lift for him. Leonard Lai of Great Britain, going for 185 kilos.
I was expecting a sumo on this one. You can see the baby powder on the inner thighs. Narrow grip to reduce friction.
And nice and strong. That is 3 white lights for the Brit. And we have 3 of our competitors to go here. First of all, Gabriel Palumbo. He upped his opener, I think by quite a lot, because he seems to be right in the fight for the podium now.
Yeah, it's actually quite surprising. I think it was 185 if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he was quite a way off on prognosis, but if this moves well, he is well in the fight.
The Italian playing games the right way.
And
Yep, that's an opener for sure.
yeah, it moves very well, which means Palumbo is well in the fight.
For
I'd
third,
even say the favorite to get the 3rd place.
yep,
Currently
is now for sure putting pressure on.
Louis Piretti of France, going for 215 for his opener. If he gets this, he has the 2nd place more or less secured.
He made great progress in the deadlift. He showcased it at the Euro Muscle Show, hitting the 240. Let's see what he can hit today. Oh, Le Cafard looks to be on form.
Yeah, that absolutely flies up there. And our final deadlift opener, heaviest by quite a margin. We're gonna have right after we see this replay.
Timing of the Knees is almost everything in the sumo. Locking the knees too early and you're falling forward too late, and it's supporting on the thighs. Very important to pay attention to that.
Ivan Campano Diaz of Spain, opening at 237.5. Should be pretty comfortable for him.
He has a huge deadlift.
Yeah. Ooh!
Oh!
I think his opener was too easy for him.
Yep. Think so too.
Locked it out way too strong and lost balance because of it.
I think he was surprised as to how much he could bend the bar before it lifted off the ground. A huge slack pull by Ivan Campano, but he's not on the board yet.
And well, we are now seeing why Karakatsanis wanted the 139.5 kilo bench. That's because with his second deadlift now, 180 kilos, he is going to break the European European junior total record of 496.5. He's gonna get 497. Great planning there from the Greek coaches.
The game plan made ahead worked in his favor. It's time to convert.
This is for a total European junior record.
Not the easiest deadlift for sure.
It's 3 white lights and he gets it. And that's the 4th record he's broken today.
It's time to push it even more.
Brian Brunetti now, 192.5. This will jump Palombo. Three white lights.
I don't like what I just saw. He looks to be cramped up after the deadlift.
Oh, he's gonna need some massage there in between. And it's quite hard because there's only 7 athletes in the group and the turnaround is very fast.
Yeah, it's a pretty fast-paced group.
Leonard Lai of Great Britain going for 195. A big 10 kilo personal best for him. Slow off the floor and a bit of struggle there on the lockout, and yeah, I was afraid of that. He gets a blue and a red for insufficient lockout and supporting the bar, or the bar moving downwards probably in this case.
It was on the line, unfortunately, it was called by the referees.
Kemal Ergin of Netherlands going for 195. This is to jump onto the 59 kilo podium ahead of Brunetti, or no, ahead of Palombo. Of course, with Campano Diaz currently out without a deadlift. Super wide stance.
Yeah, that looked even better than his opener to me.
And I'm starting to associate the orange and black singlets with great technique.
Yesterday was Belgium, today is Netherlands.
Gabriel Palombo going for 207.5 in the fight for the podium. And he gets it. Let's wait for the lights. And it's 3 whites, and he's in a very strong position here. We thought he was out. He upped his deadlift opener by a lot.
And now he's fully in the match for sure, for third position.
Now he's the one being chased instead of being the chaser. Louis Piretti of France, 227.5. Reasonable 12.5 kilo jump. If he takes another, he can reach the 240.
He's well in second position, just building his total. Oh,
Oh, just
interesting.
get stuck. Oh, oh dear. I hope he's alright after that.
He looks unfazed.
Nothing can move the man.
Le cafard. He knows he's goofy sometimes.
Ivan Campano Diaz of Spain, upping his opener from 237.5 to 250.
Risky move, however, that's
Well,
easily in his ballpark, 250.
I think the opener was just too easy for him. He needs something to hold him down so he can struggle properly on the lockout and get the right feeling.
Could you imagine being too strong to struggle?
I could never, but this guy can.
Yeah, you see him being way more patient at the bottom. He probably was surprised by the slack pull of the first attempt, but now he's on the board.
Yeah, 3 white lights, and he is pretty much guaranteed to be your European champion in the 59s. But we still have some interesting things going on here.
Yeah, you're right. He's probably going to be crowned. However, that's not his best outing for sure.
Going into the final round of deadlifts, Vasilios Karakatsanis, he has broken the bench press world record 3 times. He has just broken the total European junior record, and he's looking to extend it a further 5 kilos to a massive 502 total.
And it seems like he has kicked in the second gear we were mentioning about the third deadlift attempt.
Absolutely. And this is, if he gets this, this is more than 9.5 times his body weight on total.
There's really a different switch you can click on for the third, and it's time. Let's go!
Big fight there. We'll have to wait for the lights here, and unfortunately it's a 2-1 no lift.
The coach is rushing to the jury table, trying to watch the replay, argue for it not to be supporting on the thighs.
Well, it's not an outrageous case.
I would agree, it's not outrageous at all. But it doesn't seem to be working in his favor at the jury table.
Leonard Lai is next on the platform, going for 195. Already has the deadlift gold in the 53s and will stay second overall. Looks better this time.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
And it's 3 white lights this time. For a very nice personal best for Lai. And now we have our final shootout for the 59 kilo podium here. It's between Brunetti, Palumbo and Ergin. First of which, Brian Brunetti of Italy, 197.5 to push provisionally into third place on
Yep.
total.
This is now the moment to make a difference, to give it all, grab every kilo possible.
Big fight there for Brunetti.
Wow.
And it's 3
nicely
white lights.
done. Nicely
He's
done, young
got it.
man.
What an amazing fight.
And right after that, we've got an attempt change coming in. But that was exactly what he had to do. Grab every kilo and force the ends of the opponent.
Kemal Ergin, 202.5 kilos. This to move him into third place overall, with only Palumbo left to displace him.
He fell forward.
Nah, just lost his balance there. But it's a 2-1 good lift. It seems like he got the command. See, hope the jury doesn't have anything to say about that. But
I mean, if the center referee called a white light, he probably had the command, but very, very surprising from our point of view, but good for him.
yeah, absolutely. And now Gabriel Palumbo just needs to add 2.5 kilos. A 2.5 kilo jump to
He
get
asked for
from
the crowd's
fifth
energy.
to third in the total. That's how close this game is. 210 kilos.
Gabriel, the strategist, is making it.
Just waiting for the lights. And there they are, 3 white lights, and he gets the bronze medal. Rushing his coach, hugging him.
And that's really where handling and coaching comes in. Surprising the opponents, making the right pull at the right time, with the right ticket, the right attempt selection. Nicely done by the Italian coaching staff, putting the lifter in the best possible scenario.
2 deadlifts remaining. Louis Piretti of France.
Already your vice champion here in the 59s, but looking to correct his second attempt. It was hard, it was a bit of downward movement, he lost balance. It's time to put the cherry on top of this performance and correct the second attempt. Allez Louis.
Oh, just can't get it. Real unfortunate there for Louis Piretti, but still walks away the vice champion.
It was not his day on the deadlift. He knows he can do better than this, but as you said, walking away with the silver medal is not so bad.
Absolutely nothing to be ashamed about there. And he came second to this man, who had his struggles, but overall displayed a domineering performance here. Now to add a cherry on top to his European junior title in the 59s, Ivan Campano Diaz going for 263 for a European junior record here.
This one's to make us forget about the iffy squat session, to end on a high note, and to be crowned champion with a record. It's going! How
stood
about the
there for-
lockout? How about the lights?
It's a 2-to-1 good lift. And I think he has it. We'll see if the jury says anything about it, but
Right
no.
now, we are always afraid when we see one red light. Heads are always turning to the jury. But this
and
time,
jury is already leaving for dinner,
absolutely.
which means the record will stand. And as we wrap up this first junior sessions of the 2024 European Junior Classic Powerlifting Championships, we have Karakatsanis of Greece taking the bench record and the total record and the title of the 53 kilo European champion, and Campano Diaz taking the deadlift record and the title of the 59 kilo European champion, with Pieretti in second and Palombo in the tightest fight we've seen in a while, taking third on bodyweight from Ergin and by 2.5 kilos from Brunetti. Thank you for being with us. Join us again tomorrow at 11 for the men's 66 and 74 kilo categories. Thank you and good night.
86.5 on squats, 52.5 on bench press, and 115 on deadlift, which will lead to a total of 260 kilos. Congratulations, Elena.
Up, all together. Yes. Like this. It's okay.
Please everyone stand up for the national anthem of Italy.
Stand up, please. Stand up, please.
One.
Stand up, please. Thank you. Stand up, please. Stand up, please. Thank you.
For the full seminar on squats, the bronze medal will go to Team GB, 150 kilos best performance for Lauren Preston. The silver medal is from Italy with 135 kilos best attempts, Marta Today. The gold medal will go to Team Czechia, 140 kilos for Agnieszka Mikola.
Thank you.
Ladies, congratulations. For the bench the Olympic champion in this weight class for the 397.5 is Mathieu Petit from France. Please everyone stand up for the national anthem of France. 65 kilos, Ryan Brunet. Excellent. Medals and athletics. With 210 kilos best lift, the bronze medal will go to Gabriele Palumbo. The silver medal with 250 best attempt from France, UK. The medal with 263 and a new European record deadlift from Spain, Iván Campano Díaz. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This year, the bronze medalist of the 59 junior weight class with 545 from Italy, Gabriele Palumbo. The medal from France with 532.5 total, Louis Giletti. And of course, once again, after the world champion is European champion with 598 total, Iván Campano Díaz. Everyone stand up for the national team of Spain. Thank you very much once again. Congratulations to all of you. The 43, 47, 52 women and the 52 men. 44, 45 at 11. And the men